Today in this video I'm going to teach you what is similarity and dissimilarity measures, what are the techniques and the examples we are going to see, and this is in module 2 of VTU syllabus. Okay, we'll see what is similarity and dissimilarity first. The similarity is nothing but numerical measure of how alike two data objects are. Before getting into this, I want to say what is data object. See, data is nothing but the objects with its attributes. The combination of the objects and their attribute is nothing but data. So if you take a data warehouse, you will be finding the rows of data with its own characteristics called dimensions or attributes. Okay, so for every row, every row is nothing but a data object. Every row will have the data object. For the every data objects, it has its own characteristics which is described by the attributes or dimensions. Yes. So if we have some 80 rows for a particular class for the students for a set of students in a class. So how we are going to compare the two students? Here the object is nothing but, data object is nothing but student. So if we have 80 students in a class, how can we compare the two data objects, that is two students, whether they are similar or dissimilar? That is what we are going to see here. Okay, there will be different data objects in the data warehouse. With these data objects, we are going to check which are similar data objects and which are dissimilar data objects. Yes, is higher when objects are more alike. If similarity is higher, when the similarity will be higher, if they are more alike. Then often falls in the range 0, 1. If they are similar, it will be falling in the range 0 to 1. Yes, dissimilarity. Dissimilarity is nothing but numerical measure of how different are two objects. How different, how like the two objects are. Then lower when objects are more alike, and minimum dissimilarity is often 0. The minimum can be 0. The upper limit varies. Yes. So how they are dissimilar is minimum, how much they can be dissimilar is 0. Maximum is, it depends. Yes, proximity. What is proximity? Proximity is nothing but similarity or dissimilarity. That's, yes. How can we measure similarity or dissimilarity for simple attributes? That's what we are going to see here. So we have some types of attributes in the previous videos we have seen. Those are nothing but nominal, ordinal and interval or ratio. So here in the nominal, we use the formula to calculate the dissimilarity between the two data objects in the data warehouse. What is that? D equal to 0. See, D equal to 0. When the dissimilarity will be 0 is if P is equal to Q. If both the data objects are 100% similar, if first data object, the value of the first, see here P and Q are the attribute values. The value of P is 1 and the Q is also 1. Then P is equal to Q. Then they are different? No. So they are not different. So it is 0. Then 1. When the dissimilarity is 1, if P is not equal to Q, let us assume that P is equal to 2 and Q is equal to 3. Now is P is equal to 3? No. P is not equal to 3. So how much they are dissimilar? 1. They are not at all similar. So they are dissimilar. So in that case what we have to do? D is equal to 1. If they are similar, D equal to 0, that is dissimilarity is equal to 0. If they are not similar, then dissimilarity is equal to 1. D is nothing but dissimilarity. And same for the nominal values, S is equal to, how we can calculate the similarity between the two objects. Same, P and Q are the attribute values of two data objects. If P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 3, then they are similar. In that case, the similarity is equal to 1 and dissimilarity. So when they are dissimilar, if P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 2, then dissimilarity will be 0 because they are not equal. If it is equal, similarity is 1. If it is not equal, similarity is 0. Here, if they are not equal, dissimilarity will be 1. If they are equal, dissimilarity is 0. This is vice versa. Yes, ordinal. For the ordinal values, how we are going to calculate? That is ordered values. D is equal to 1 P minus Q by N minus 1. P is nothing but the values of the data object. You can take any value, that is P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 2. Then N minus 1. What is N here? Value mapped to integers 0 to N minus 1. Where N is the number of values. So how many values you are going to take? Then S is equal to 1. For the similarity measure for the ordinal values, the formula is S is equal to 1 minus P minus Q mod of P minus Q by N minus 1. Next, for the interval or a ratio, the formula is D is equal to P minus 1 P minus Q mod of P minus Q, and for the similarity S is equal to minus D, S is equal to 1 by 1 plus D, or S is equal to 1 minus D minus min by max D minus min D. This is the formula for calculating the similarity. Yes. So for the similarity measure, we need the value of D from here. So what is the value of D? Mod of P minus Q. So from there we are taking this D value and we are going to substitute this D value. Max of D minus min of D is used here. Then we will be calculating S. Yes. Next, we'll move on to Euclidean distance. It is very important question which we have to learn now. Yes, Euclidean distance also helps us to calculate the distance. Distance is nothing but dissimilarity between the two data objects. Yes, how can we calculate is using the formula, Euclidean distance formula, which is equal to, distance is equal to square root of summation of k equal to 1 to n pk minus qk whole square. So what is this P here? P is nothing but the value of the data objects, and the K is nothing but kth attribute, kth attribute. So if we have two attributes called x and y, then x is the first attribute and y is the second attribute. Clear? So we have to calculate first x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2 in that case, because we have two attributes called x and y. So k equal to 1 to n, right? So how many attributes? Two attributes are there. So 2 times we have to do the summation. Clear? So x1 minus x2, I'll explain with the example so that you will come to know. Now you have to remember that P is nothing but the value of the data objects and K is nothing but the attribute. Yes, see here. So with this example I can explain you clearly. See, these are the data objects. This tabular column represents the data objects, that is P1, P2, P3, P4 are the data objects, and we have two attributes here, that is x and y. Okay, now if I want to calculate the dissimilarity or distance between P1 and P2, what I should do? See the formula here. The formula is root of k is equal to 1 to n pk minus qk. So what we have to do? Take square root. I am taking the pen tool and I'll explain you. Yes, see, square root of, yes, pk minus summation of k equal to 1 to n pk minus qk whole square, right? So what is this pk? We have to calculate the distance between P1 comma P2. Okay, so what we are is equal to P1 comma P2 is equal to, so x1 is 0, 0 minus 2 whole square, x1 minus x2. See, this is x1 and this is x2. because the data object is P1 and here the data object is P2. So x1, x2. Here y1 and y2. So x1 minus x2, then y1 minus y2 is nothing but 2 minus 0 the whole square. So how many attributes I have? Only 2 attributes I had. So k equal to 1 to n they said, right? So first attribute, this is second attribute. So that many times, so 2 times I have done the summation. Clear? So if I have 3 attributes called z, then I have to take the z1 and the z2 values plus that z1 minus z2 whole square I have to do. Clear? Like this, based on the number of dimensions, it may increase. So what is 0 minus 2 the whole square? That is 2 square, which is 4, and plus, yes, 2 minus 0 is also 2, that is 2 square, that is 4, which is equal to root of 8. What is root of 8? Root of 8 is nothing but, if you calculate using the calculator, you will get the value as 2.8. Clear? Similarly, this is the distance between P1 and P2. If I want to calculate the distance between P1 and P3, what I have to put? x1 minus x3, that is 0 minus 3, and 2 minus, see, 2 minus 1 I have to take, plus square of square root. This is the Euclidean distance formula for P1 comma P3. So if I do that, 3 square is 9 and 2 minus 1 will be 1. So 1 square is 1. So root of 10. So P1 comma P3 will be 3.162. Clear? The distance between P1 comma P3 will be 3.162. Similarly, you have to do for the other values. Like P1 comma P2 we have calculated, where we have got 2.8. P1 comma P3 we have got 3.162. Like that, if you do for P1 comma P4, we will get 5.099. Similarly, we have to do for P2 comma P3 and P2 comma P4. Clear? So once we are done with that, we will be having the distance between every object, between every 2 objects. So that is mapped in this tabular column. See, P1 to P1. So what will be the distance from the one data object to the same data object? It will be obviously 0. So I am representing it as 0. The distance between P1 to P2, that's what we calculated here, that is 2.8. Here I mentioned 2.8. Then P1 to P3 we calculated as 3.16. Here we have calculated 3.16. So I mentioned here 3.16. P1 to P4 it is 5.099. Similarly, we have to map for all the values. So P1 to P2, whatever is the value, the same will be value for P2 to P1 also. See, 2.8. And we said P1 to P3 is 3.16. Similarly, P3 to P1 also will be the same value, that is 3.162. So this is how we have to calculate the Euclidean distance between the 2 data objects. So with this, I am winding up this session. We will see in the next video about the Manhattan distance and other calculations. Thank you.